How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. I'm going to do a little something with the table. I'm going to try to make another table, maybe a little bit more suitable for leather. If you guys watched my 6x10 camper build out of the box trailer, the cargo trailer, we built a table on the side. It was 3/4 inch plastic. So I'm going to see what happens if I make a table out of the plastic. And then I have one more thing here I'm going to do. I found an old chuck and a bolt that fits in the end of it. I'm going to try to make it so this guy fits up inside of the arbor press. So I could also use this chuck to put smaller stuff in to press with. So let's get to building the table first. And we'll see how that goes. I wanted to give you guys just a little close-up. This is actually a 1/2 inch chuck. I would really like to have had a 3/8 smaller. And if I run across one, this actually come out of an old drill that didn't work. If I run across a 3/8, I'm going to make one out of it too. And this is just an old bolt I found in the box that actually fits right in the back of it. And we'll cut this down to our 3/8 and screw it in here, put some Loctite on it, and then we'll be able to press a lot smaller stuff. And this is the plastic we're going to use. We're going to cut us off a chunk of it, just as square as we could get it, and drill a hole through the center. We'll do the same thing as this one. Put us a little pin in there, and we'll be able to set it down on there and just give it a try. We'll see what happens to it if we press on it. Not too much to building this table. We're just going to take it in the saw here and cut us off a 4 inch by 4 inch square, because that's all I have is 4 inches. And we'll see how it fits. So that'll give us a nice 4 inch by 4 inch square. We'll mark the center of it, get us a little pin in it. Okay, I went over in my scrap bolts and nuts and stuff and found this thing here, which actually fits in here really well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the vise and we're going to cut this guy off, and we'll be able to press this into our piece of plastic. Then that'll hold it steel in there so we can turn it, maybe have different places for different things sitting on here. But this is the piece. We should be able to center that up on there, and hopefully this guy will work. It may not even be big enough, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. We're just going to get the center of this marked out here. And we'll be able to drill our hole. So now we got our center. We'll go ahead and get this drilled out. Alright, got our hole drilled out. Now we'll just press our little piece down in there. Well, that's the first time we got to use our press. So now our piece is pressed in there, good and tight. We'll see how it fits in our press here. It's not quite big enough, I don't think. I just wonder if it would break it. I don't think it'd break it. So it might work okay. I just don't think it's quite big enough. So maybe, I mean, I'm sure we could use this for different things. Maybe I could make a bigger one. Just leave the plastic a little longer. I mean, this way you could actually pick it up and spin it around. I just wonder how far this one came out. I guess that one doesn't come out to the edge either. So maybe this one would be fine. I just wanted to see if it'd break it. That way if I was pressing, I don't think it's going to break it. I think it's going to be fine. Put a little dent in it. So we could actually drill a hole where if we wanted to press something all the way through, we could drill a hole in there. All we have to do is put a piece up in here, mark it, so we know where our center is. You know, when you first look at something on there, you just got to figure out how it's going to work. I know it's not going to rust like this one, that one. So it might work okay. Then again, I could get a bigger piece and let it hang over the edge, or out to the edge, and then put my dowel a little bit back further. Just leave that hang over. But I think it'll be alright. Alright, I think I'm going to cut another one, a round one, of a piece of this 3/4 inch plywood here. And we'll see how it works in there. Now I suppose we could get us, somebody had mentioned get a piece of oak. I don't have any oak on hand. But these tables are not hard to build, so I can build as many as I want. If they don't work, they don't work. But this one's about 1/4 inch bigger round than that one there. And make sure I find my center here, and we'll get that drilled. We'll drill this hole out, and then we'll cut that out, and we'll press us another one of them pieces right in there. Alright, we got our new piece for this. We'll just go press it in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we should be able to stick it in the hole and spin it. It's real tight in there, so that don't look too bad. Now we'll be able to use it as a table too. So we got a couple different tables. We got a plastic one, we got a wooden one, or we got a plastic one, a wooden one, and a metal one. So 3 different tables. Now that we have 3 different tables to work with, I'm going to go and see if I can get this guy cut down on the lathe and get it set up so we can get it in there. And it's just basically turning this down to 3/8, screwing it into this piece, putting some lock thread on it, and hopefully it'll work out good. But I want to make sure I only have about 1 1/8 inches sticking out of here, because we need all the space we can get. So we're really only going to have maybe 2 inches of space in between there that we can press. So that has to leave us enough room to put whatever we're going to put in this, plus to be able to put whatever's going, we're going to push it through. If it be a piece of leather and say we was going to put a awl in this, we want to make sure it'd be able to go up high enough that you can get your leather under there and get your awl inside of it. So we'll do it as best we can and we'll see what happens. Alright, now we're going to go ahead, we got this bolt cut. I got a little piece of lead here. I'm going to put that over them threads and then I'll chuck it up in there. You can see my little dark mark where I want to cut it down to. But I'm hoping that this will protect these threads enough that I can get this guy cut down. So we're going to go ahead and get it in here. Hopefully this works and it won't damage my threads any. It should be okay in there. And I think that's going to work just fine. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing cut down to our 3/8. Okay, I got this thing all cut down now. Didn't mess with my threads at all. They look pretty good. So we'll go clean it up and get it screwed in there and get some Loctite on it. It should work out good. I guess before we go putting that in our chuck, and it fits perfect in there. So now we'll get to putting it in our chuck. Now honestly, I don't think this has to be super tight. And we're going to use this blue Loctite, so it should be able to come off. We'll put a little bit, good bit on there, I guess. And then we're just going to screw this guy down on here. Now we should be able to break this loose if we ever have to. And we're right flush, pretty much flush. And I'm just going to take these pliers and give it a little bit of a snug. And then we're going to wipe off the excess here. I don't think you'll need more than that for what we're using it for. So now we'll be able to put this in our arbor press. And it sure would have been nice to have a 3/8 one, because this one here doesn't go really tight on the bottom here. It goes pretty small, but I'd like to have one small enough to put a needle in for sewing, or you know, or like a small awl. And I'm not sure whether that, it might be small enough, I don't know. But anyhow, let's try it in the arbor press. There's really not too much to it. Just lift it up, put it in, get our little wrench, Allen wrench here, and snug it in. And hopefully, see, we have about, I'm going to say an inch, maybe a little better than an inch there to put whatever pin we wanted in there. I mean, it should work out. It don't look too bad. Just depends, I guess, on what you're pressing. You know, how long the pin is. You know, that's what it's all going to come down to. But it will work, and it'll give us a little more variety of uses for the arbor press. So hopefully it'll serve some kind of a purpose down the road. It's not something we need right now, but it's something we have for future projects. Well, 3 tables now, a bunch of attachments, many uses for this arbor press. So this is working out pretty good. Now, I made a playlist on my channel for all the different attachments and the different pieces that I've been building for this thing. If you guys want to look them up, go on my channel and look up the playlist of arbor press modifications. And I got a lot of different pieces, a lot of things I've been doing to this. I just want to keep everything together so you guys can see them. So now we got the 1/2 inch chuck in here. Really wish I could have found a 3/8 chuck to put in this. And why I say 3/8 is a 3/8 will go a lot smaller The jaws in there go a lot smaller than the 1/2 inch. But if we run across an old drill, we'll get the chuck out of it, and we'll make us one of them too. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you'd like. Till next time.